What's up, guys? It is I, once again, Yusuf El Sened, and today, guys, I want to review Anne Fontaine's period drama, Les Innocents, and it's a French film, a French co-produced Polish and Belgian film that translates in English The Innocents. And this movie was directed by Anne Fontaine, a French filmmaker from Luxembourg. And this movie, guys, I just got done watching it and it was really incredible. Now the story opens with a young Polish nun who comes from a Polish church, and the entire film takes place in Poland in 1945 in December, during the winter of the war that's going on. And this young Polish nun who runs away from the church in search of help because one of her sisters is pregnant with a child, and the young nun seeks the help of a French nurse who works under the Red Cross, the French Red Cross. At first, this French nurse is very hesitant to help her because the situation, the war, the Russians and the Polish, they don't like each other at all, and there's obviously a strong prejudice between them, especially since the Russians are planning to take over Poland, and how the Red Cross, who come from Paris, France, they are trying to help the wounded. And the French nurse is Matilda. She is played by Lou Doulage, and at the same time she decides to help the young Polish nun and her friend who's been impregnated back at the church. She gives birth to the baby, and Matilda suggests that she comes by the next day to provide medicine for the young girl, and she asked the main nun, who is under Mother Superior. This nun is played by Agata Buzek, and a Polish actress, and her name is Maria. She asked Maria if she could stop by the next day to provide medicine, and Matilda soon learns that 7 of the nuns at the church have been raped and molested by these Russian soldiers who have invaded their sanctuary and have molested them and impregnated 7 of them, one of who was the young girl who was pregnant. Ever since those Russian soldiers came into their home, they've done nothing but caused fear, pain and suffering to the nuns, and they are living in fear, and this war is adding to that. And this entire film is about this French nurse, Mathilde, helping the nuns and the sisters in general, trying to give birth to 7 of their babies. But Mother Superior is very strongly against it, because she is not just a proud woman, she's also a very devout believer, a Catholic believer who believes in God's will. And because of that, she thinks that only faith will allow them to find salvation, even though the nurse insists that they need professional help. You know, they need medical equipment, they need to really they need to have the sisters examined, and this gets a lot more complicated, because as the movie goes on, you soon learn that Mother Superior is doing only what she believes is right, and what she claims to be God's will, because every problem they face is they solve it through praying and through faith in God. And sometimes faith isn't enough. But the sisters who have been molested and raped, they are very scared because in their belief, in Catholicism, they are not allowed to show their bodies, nor are they allowed to have anyone touch them, as it is a sin, and how they feel like they are going to be condemned to hell, because the fact their bodies were soiled, destroyed, and they were violated. And they believe that even though they're the victims, they are to be condemned. And it's not until later on later in the film that that Matilda earns their trust, and they soon see her as a friend and as someone they can trust. And we learn more about Matilda's life and the lives of the nuns at the church, mainly Maria, and we learn so much about what goes on in their lives and how they're filled with fear, yet they find hope and solace through faith and through believing. And the pain they have to endure because of this war, it's taking its toll on them. And some of the nuns are losing their faith, and some have already lost it. But Maria and most of the nuns have remained steadfast, and they kept their faith intact. And we also see a lot of what's going on in Matilda's life, and how she is a woman who's depressed, yet she finds purpose in helping others. And this movie, guys, I mean, wow, this is a very beautifully shot film. The story is just inspiring and incredible. The performances by Lou Doulage, who plays the French nurse Matilda, and Agatha Bouzek, who plays the head nun Maria. She is amazing. I've seen her also in the Jason Statham British thriller Hummingbird, and it's also known in the US as Redemption. She was great. I really love Agatha, I think her name is Agatha Kulisa, who plays the Mother Superior. I won't say anything about her character, but guys, she is someone who is a very complex woman, a very devout Catholic believer, and someone who is full of pride. Yet everything she does in the movie, whether you like it or you hate it, and whether you can stomach it or not, everything she does is because she loves her sisters. She loves them so much, and she's willing to do anything to protect them, especially from shame and humiliation, especially after what the Russian soldiers have done to them. And I can honestly understand where she's coming from, guys, because me being someone who loves God, I love God dearly, and I do believe in God. There are times where I do question my faith, and I do question my hope in humanity. And guys, I still do question it. Now, I almost lost hope in humanity, because there are times where I just don't see the point of it anymore. But there are people who are keeping me strong and keeping me steadfast, like the nuns in the film. Because in this world, guys, sometimes we need faith. But to have faith, you have to also do something. Because what I learned from this movie, the most important lesson is that faith without effort or work won't solve anything. It won't. It's good to have faith, but it's also important to do something, because God's miracle doesn't come by chance. It doesn't come by coincidence. It comes in ways that only how you feel it. I mean, it's hard to describe, but when you earn something or you gain something, that in itself is a miracle from God, and God does make the impossible possible. In this film, it's just so amazing how these nuns, despite what happened to them, at least most of the nuns, they retain their faith and they keep strong throughout. Some of the nuns are broken and completely lost, and it's understandable, especially when you see the story and how it unfolds. And what I love about this movie so much is that there are no good and bad in this film. No good and bad at all. These are just women in a very tough circumstance, and because of the war, which is putting so much fear and adding to their suffering, it's very hard to really blame what they do, or to try to point the finger at someone like Mother Superior. This is a very bad time, guys. And guys, those men, the Russian soldiers, they are pigs. I was so disgusted and disturbed by what they were doing to the nuns, and especially what they did to Matilda. I mean, guys, it was hard to watch this film at times. It really hit hard, you know. But the main point of this film is to show that when you face very tough situations, or you are in the pit of despair, you have to find a sense of hope. It can be through faith. It can be through like a personal goal you have in mind, and it could be something like Matilda trying to help people is what drive her, or some of the nuns who wish to believe and believe that there is a light in the tunnel through the darkness, or like the other nuns who have lost their faith are trying to find a purpose in life through living. And one of the nuns who wishes to find purpose by living is actually played by Joanna Kulig. She's another Polish actress I love. I really do love her a lot, and a lot of the performances are good, and especially by Lou Doulage and Agata Buzek and Agata Kulisa. They're all great, but I guess what I really love about this movie is the fact that it's a very inspiring story about strength, courage, and it also shows once again that faith without effort, it won't solve anything. It just won't. You have to do something while having faith in God. And guys, honestly, I really love Anne Fontaine's Les Innocents. I really love it so much. I just really love the story and the performances, like I mentioned, the cinematography and the look of the film itself. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And this movie did inspire me, guys. I mean, it shows that things will get bad from here on out, but no matter what problems you face, you can still fight it. You know how the saying goes, endure and survive. And this movie is really incredible, and it deserves your attention. I hope to see Anne Fontaine's previous efforts, and I really love this movie a lot. I highly recommend you guys check it out. And if you want to see more from me, then please like, comment, subscribe, and please check out my gaming channel where I do Let's Play series, gaming content, all that kind of good stuff. Until next time, guys, peace out, take care, adios, amigos, au revoir, and sayonara.